The 2024 Sao Paulo 6-hour race was a return to winning ways for Toyota, and also a return to Brazil for the first time in a decade for the World Endurance Championship. And as always, guys, I'm bringing you a 5 things review, 5 things that we learned from the Sao Paulo race. So a lot of people were actually quite worried and wary of the Senna S as the first 2 corners at Interlagos, and some people were thinking, oh, this is going to be a real magnet for trouble here. People are going to be really struggling to get around it, especially on the first lap with cold brakes and tyres. However, everybody managed to get through the first time. But it didn't last too long though, because we had an incident literally on the second lap, and it was between the 2 Alpines. So Mick Schumacher went down the inside of the other Alpine, and yes, because of that, it kind of put him off and spun out. So unfortunately, that was a bit of contact, well, maybe not contact. It was hard to tell whether there was actual contact, but without a doubt, there was definitely, some intimidation going on there, and an incident didn't need to happen, and it all kind of culminated in another bad day for Alpine, really. They could have and should have done a lot better, I think, really, but they ended up down in P10 and P12 as a result of that. But yeah, like I mentioned in the intro, the second thing we learned is that Toyota are back to winning ways. They win a race for the first time since Imola, and also the first win for the team with Sebastian Buemi, Brendan Hartley and Ryo Harikawa winning their first race of the season, and kind of an outside shot for the title. I think it's too big, to be honest with you, too big of a gap, but they're up into 5th overall in the standings now as a result of that. But I'll just get into what it means in terms of the championship for everybody very soon. But the first thing is that Porsche Penske are still looking very good. They're still right at the top of the standings. They are 19 points ahead of Ferrari, and today's winners were, like I said, all the way down in 5th. But yeah, it's quite a tight battle between the top 3, really, the top 3 lots of drivers, I should say. Porsche Penske on 117, Ferrari on 98, and the Toyota on 95 as well. So it's very tight between those 3 in terms of their points overall so far. But yeah, not the best day for Ferrari overall. I mean, the one that I just mentioned there with Fuoco, Molina and Nielsen, they finished all the way down in 6th, the first car a lap down. Not too encouraging, really, but the fact is they still scored some solid points, and the other Ferrari team as well managed to get in 5th. That's Collado, Gio and Per Guidi, all been involved with that. But I've got a bit of a mention as well to the other class that was active during this race, and that's none other than the LMGT3 Championship, where Manthey Pure Racing managed to get their first victory since the opening round of the season in Losail. They now have a commanding 100 points in the standings, 25 points ahead of their fellow Manthey team, the EMA, who were all the way down in 12th. They had a very poor day in Interlagos, that outfit. WRT are the next closest ones, and the first that aren't called Manthey, they're in 3rd on 74 points. So it's looking good for Manthey Racing. One of their teams is going to win the championship, you'd imagine, but WRT still in there, still the champs. But yeah, there we go, entertaining race, a great return for WEC to Brazil, to South America and to Interlagos as well. And of course, we'll be back very soon with some more WEC news. With the next race is the Lone Star Le Mans 2024 race. I believe it's a 6-hour race actually, but that's around the circuit of the Americas in Texas. But in the meantime, we'll be bringing you much more racing news from the world of Formula E, world of rally, whatever else is going on really. If it's got 4 wheels and it drives, you can race it. So we'll be bringing you all that news, and of course all the motoring news as well in the meantime.